Hey everyone, it's Lee at MyProductiveMac here, and a quick video today for users of OmniFocus and Anybox. So OmniFocus is the insanely powerful task management application from the Omni Group, and Anybox is my favorite bookmark manager that allows you to access pretty much any link to any application or resource on your Mac with a shortcut, and you can use them together to great effect. What I'm going to show today is how to get your different OmniFocus perspectives from anywhere on your Mac, as long as you're running Anybox. So a perspective is like a custom view that filters the tasks available to you, perhaps by project, by tag, by duration or availability, and more. And I've got 5 here. So one of them is for my work tasks. I've got one for when I'm in chill mode, one that's called Brain Gain, which is for personal development and learning. There's one here for health and one here, which is just for one big report that I've got due soon. Sometimes it's good when you've got a project that you really need to focus on to set it up in its own perspective and shut everything else out. So links to all of these are going to be added to my Anybox database. Let's switch across to Anybox and just prep the environment there. So I've got collections already here. I want to create my own unique one for my OmniFocus stuff. So I'll press Command and N to create a new collection. I'll give it a name. So I'll call it OmniFocus. I'm not going to call it OmniFocus Perspectives because moving forward, I'm going to use this to house more than just perspectives in here, because I can put in links to OmniFocus tags, projects, even individual tasks if they're important enough, or I find myself going to them every day. Okay, the collection's in, it's empty, of course. So let's get the links to the perspectives. Now, this is just a little bit fiddly because if I switch to OmniFocus, with most elements in here, you can right click and select an option called Copy Link or Copy as Link. However, that's not here for these perspectives. You can't get a context menu. In fact, if I come up to perspectives and then show perspectives, I can't right click on any of these here. In fact, if I click the cog down here, I can't copy the link from there either. I've just got an option to open, duplicate or delete it. So it's not a problem though. It just means you've got to do a little bit of typing. Alternatively, if you use an application like Text Expander or Typinator, you can save a snippet that contains the following text: OmniFocus, :////, then perspective, and a final / at the end. Once you've got that in, you just need to type in the name of the perspective. So we'll do work first. Now I'll copy all of this, switch across to Anybox, and paste it. And there it is. Let's double check that it works. I'll click on it, and there we are in the work perspective. Okay, with that done and working, let's tidy it up a little bit. I'm going to right click and go to Edit Link Metadata. Now I'll give it a more common name there. So something that makes it easy for me to spot whenever I'm doing a search. So I'll go to Image, and by default, you can see we have the OmniFocus icon there. Now that may be good enough for you, in which case skip the next step, but I do like having a bit of personalization and making things a little bit more visibly clear, I guess. So I'll open Finder, and somewhere here I've got a folder where I've taken the perspective icons that I use for those OmniFocus perspectives and placed them for ease of transfer. So I'll just drag and drop into place. There it is. Now I'll click Save, and I'm happy that that's configured pretty well. So let's do another one quickly. I'll switch back to OmniFocus. And the next one I'm going to do is Brain Gain. I just want to draw your attention to the fact that there is a space between the words brain and gain there. And that's important because I need to represent that space somehow in that link. I can't just press the spacebar. I need to put in some characters that, when they're read, translate into a space. So I'll just delete work here, and type in brain and then a %, and then the number 20, because %20 is the code for space. Then I'll type gain after. I'll select it all and copy, switch across to Anybox and paste. Now let's check that works. And boom, there we are, into the Brain Gain perspective. Okay, I've just added in the others here. I've modded the icons and stuff. So my big report, there it is. I'll just come back. If I go into health, that one works as well. So all good when it comes to accessing from Anybox when Anybox is open. But what about when it isn't? Well, if you've configured a quick search shortcut, then you can key in your shortcut and the quick search window appears. And this is one reason why I like having a detailed name, because I can type in perspective here, then the keyboard shortcut for the one that I want, because they're all listed down the right-hand side. So Command and 5 is the one for work there. Excellent. So what if you don't fancy keying in a shortcut for quick search and then typing in a search query? What if you could just key in an individual shortcut that is tied to the perspective you want to open? Well, that's easy. I'll switch across to Anybox. I'll right-click on an entry and go down to Add Keyword. Now, this keyword will allow you to open this shortcut from anywhere in macOS. It's a global shortcut. So I'll type in OFBG here for OmniFocus Brain Gain. And for this to work, I need to come up to the menu bar icon. I need to enable keyword expansion and enable quick link. So let's assume that I'm working in another app at the moment. So Safari's open here. I'm navigating around, just doing my thing. And I realize that I want to go into my brain game perspective. Well, I can just type in OFBG on the keyboard and I'm taken there directly. How cool is that? Okay, I've paused and added keywords in for all of them now. And it's important, of course, to have a keyword that you're not going to accidentally type when you're doing something completely different. So if I had OFF, for example, every time I type the word off in a sentence, I'd open something that I didn't mean to. So be smart when you're selecting your keyword. But I'll switch to another app here and I'm just going to type one in. So OFMBR. There we are. And then OFWP for work perspective. And we're open and in there. The keywords are great. And then finally, you can, of course, put these perspectives into an AnyDoc profile. So let's just show the AnyDoc. And I'm in my tech profile there. And I want to create a new one that just has my OmniFocus related stuff. So I'll come up to File and then New AnyDoc profile. I'll call it OmniFocus. And then I just need to drag my items in here one by one up into the dock. And there we are. Now, because this floats above all of my windows, it doesn't matter where I am. I can just click and switch between my different perspectives. Very simple. Thanks for watching. And if you like this and want to see more videos, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.